Yo, what is up, guys? So we got a new Noble Knight card in 2017. Pretty crazy. I guess they're gonna be maybe making a comeback. And then I also want to go over what you can actually vote for the new Shonen Jump card, and I'll explain all the cards that you guys can actually vote for and get into that. But first off, I want to check out the Noble Knight card because I need to know, do I need to reread some Noble Knights? Because if it becomes meta again, obviously it'd be good to brush up on that knowledge. Alright, anyways. Glory of the Noble Knights is a quick play spell card that says you can only activate a card with this name once per turn. Target a Noble Knight monster you control and choose one equipped spell card from your deck that can be equipped to that monster and equip it to the monster. Okay, so this could be like anything. Wow, that's actually like really good. And it's a quick play. The one downside with this at the end of the day, first you're playing Noble Knight. Second, did you guys forget about Kaijus? When you equip 50 cards to one card and they go, tribute? Okay, I think what they need is like some type of a hand trap that you reveal and your opponent can't tribute your Noble Knight. Because I think that just completely shuts down Noble Knights. Noble Knights usually are all about one monster. You equip 50 cards to it, and more like 5, but you guys get what I'm saying. I don't really think I was a player that really liked Noble Knights in the first place. I tried the deck, it just wasn't a poppin' deck. I felt like Mermails at the time were much hotter. It was a gimmicky like boss monster deck. It's like, oh, if it battles a monster, it immediately dies or it gains attack. There was just a little bit of gimmicks with like each card, and when you got all of them, it can't be targeted, it cannot be destroyed. It's just, with Kaiju just gone. Like, it's just, that's the thing. But this card can definitely help out with consistency, and it's a surprise prank if your opponent attacks into you and you equip with that specific one. Do you guys think this makes Noble Knights good in 2017? Personally, for me, I don't think this card alone makes them viable again, because again, Kaijus, man. I mean, unless they make it a card where it's making it so it cannot be tributed, don't think that the archetype has a chance to survive in this next upcoming format. But who knows? This is just one new Noble Knight card, and who knows what we will get in the future. But like I said, there's also a voting system right now going on for the next Shonen Jump card. Now, if you guys don't know what that is, maybe you live in another part of the world where you guys don't have Shonen Jump, and I feel for you guys. Basically, guys, it's a subscription service, and you get like a card in the mail, and they're asking, what do you guys want to be the next card? Now, there's first off, I do gotta explain like the differences in what you guys are picking, because it actually could be bad if you pick the card that you want, because again, not everyone has access to the Shonen Jump subscription service. So over here you guys can see what they are offering for cards that you guys can choose from. So the first one is Link Haribo, the next one is Divine Serpent Ge, the next one is Trickstar Red Mary, and Interrupt Resistor for the last one. So there's 4 different choices. Now I'll go ahead and go over all the effects of all of them, but I do want to explain one thing. Again, if you live in certain parts of the world, you will not have access to one of these cards, and sometimes these are considered non-playable cards in different regions. So keep that in mind as well. It all depends on, you know, what they decide to do with the reprint of the card. Now, Link Haribo is probably one of the more meta cards. Trickstar Red Mary is also an okay card. I think Interrupt Resistor is pretty much irrelevant, but I'm going to go ahead and go over them. A lot of people are also saying, like, please don't vote for this, and the reason why, guys, people are saying don't vote for the card that you want is because if you do that, depending on where you live, you will not have access to this. However, this is a double-edged sword, because one problem that can occur when this happens is we could be waiting super long to get Link Haribo if we don't vote it in. So, I mean, it puts us Yu-Gi-Oh players in a really bad spot. By the way, follow me on Twitter, link down below in that description box. But anyways, yeah, it's just really hard to vote for, you know, what you want, because even if you vote for what you want, depending on where you live, you might not want to vote for it, because that means you're not going to be able to play that card, or we might not even get it for a long time if we don't vote for it. So again, it puts us in a bad scenario. I'll go ahead and go over all of the cards, but sometimes, guys, also with these cards, they can be very expensive. I know Apprentice Illusion Magician, a very, very expensive card. We're talking over $100, and that's one of the jump cards. Sometimes the jump cards are only worth like a few dollars. It all depends on how good the card is, as well as its collector value purpose. Like, honestly, this card, it's an okay card, but people just collecting because they want, you know, a Yu-Gi-Oh waifu. But nonetheless, again, we're going to go over all of the cards and their effects just in case, and if you guys don't know what they do and you're interested in checking them out, and I'll also tell you guys what I voted for in a second. But anyways, Trickstar and Bloody Mary. So it requires 2 Trickstar monsters. So each time a Trickstar monster is normal or special summoned to a zone this card points to, you gain 200 life points. You can discard a Trickstar card. Each player draws 1 card. If this effect is active while your life points are at least 2,000 higher than your opponent's, you can draw 2 cards instead. You can only activate this effect of it once per turn. So obviously very good in Trickstars, and pretty much it's only going to be used in Trickstars unless there's other cards that we might get in the future which can count as other material. I know that there's fusion material that says like it can count as another monster. Who knows if they'll get any from Trickstars. Maybe they'll get a fusion monster, elemental, prisma, I don't know. You guys get it, but for the most part it's only really used in Trickstars. It's not a card that you bust out very frequently though. And most of the time when you watch Trickstars play, it's not going to be super important, but it does have really good artwork, if you guys know what I'm saying. Although the TCG one will probably make it so you can't see nothing. The next card is Divine Serpent Get. This is actually the card that I actually voted for because I like this card. And I don't think it's going to shape up the meta. However, it's just a really cool card. And it was an anime card that I think a lot of people liked. And it was really cool. So, anyways, it's a level 12. And it can't be normal summon or set. It's special summoned by its own effect. And cannot be special summoned by other ways. So, if a monster you control is destroyed by opponent's attack or card effect, you can pay half of your life points to special summon this card from your hand. It cannot be targeted, and if it attacks an opponent's monster, that monster has its effects negated. Also, attack becomes half of its original attack. And then during damage step once per battle, if this card battles during damage calculation, you can make this card's attack become equal to the original attack of the monster on the field with the highest original attack, your choice if tied. It's just a really cool like monster, and I like to put it in a lot of different decks just because it was an extra dark target for a Lure of Darkness, and it really helped out with inconsistent hands so you wouldn't just die instantly, even though you'd have to pay half of your life points to summon it. I think he's cool. It's a really good like card for not only is it actually like a usable card, but also has that like anime collector effect. And I think it's just a really cool card. I do legitimately really like that card. Next up, Interrupt Resistor. This is not going to be seeing play in like anything. It's like a, for the most part, most people are saying it's a bad Gores, and I would kind of agree with you. But it could be just extra material for Link summons, but at that point, why not just play Gores? Anyways, let me go ahead and at least give the guy a chance with his effect. Maybe some of you guys can think of how to use him, but he was announced a while ago, and no one was really hyped up for him. But I'll go over its effect. So, its effect says that when you take battle damage, you can special summon this card from your hand. If you do, it gains attack equal to the damage you took. Once per turn, when your other defense position monster is attacked by an opponent's monster during damage calc, you can make your monster's defense become equal to this card's during damage calculation only. Also, it cannot be destroyed by that battle. Mediocre at the end of the day. I think that we're just going to be much better off playing Gores. Unless there's some other reason. The only really thing I can think of, that it is a cyber, so it can, again, help you out with some of those link plays. However, Gores gives you double monsters. And on top of that, Gores already has a decent amount of attack. And Gores also can be special summoned when you take burn damage, so I feel like he's outclassed for the most part. But like I said, if anyone has any really cool combos with Interrupt Resistor, let me know down below. Send me in the replays. I would love to see this guy in action because no one really thinks this card is good. I always like to be proven wrong, but with this guy, I feel like unfortunately, at the end of the day, it's just outclassed by another card we have. Next up, I think this card has the most chance to actually be meta, with a bunch of different ways that we can just summon in a lot of level 1 decks. He's just great. Let me go ahead and go over its effect, and I'll talk a little bit about him. So anyways, it requires 1 level 1 monster. It's a dark and also a cyber, and it links towards the bottom. Anyways, when an opponent monster declares an attack, you contribute this card, negate the, change the attack of that opponent's monster to 0 until the end of this turn. If this card is in your graveyard, quick effect, you contribute 1 level 1 monster to special summon this card. You can only use this effect of Link Karibo once per turn. So this card, out of all the cards, has the best chance to actually see some play. For example, you have a Battle Fader, you have a lot of other cards that just linger on the field. Treeborn Frog, Level Eater, all those can be really good. Thousand Eyes Restrict, you use it, you absorb a monster, and then you go ahead and go into Link Karibo. And one thing that is important though is that you actually have to tribute it before the attack is declared in order to make it actually function properly, because it has to work on the declaration of attack. Just want to give you guys some rulings on it. Also, when you actually tribute to make your opponent's monster 0, your opponent gets to redirect their attack because the number of monsters on the field has actually changed since its initiation of its original attack. Obviously, they're not going to attack at that point. But it just helps you survive. It helps just obscure decks. Like I said, it does work really well with like Level Eater, Treeborn Frog, and you can actually get back Treeborn Frog, activate its effect in the graveyard to get rid of the Treeborn Frog, and then get back that Treeborn Frog. I actually did a video showcasing this off in my Mermail deck, which I'll link down below. But I think Linkuriboh is probably the best card in terms of actually being meta, and I feel for you guys that are foreign players. So I voted for Ge. I legit wanted Ge. But at the same time, I do want Linkuriboh. But again, one problem is when you vote in a card, that can be a bad thing. Because one, that makes the card very expensive, potentially. Usually, like, when it's just a Shonen Jump, before it gets its reprint, right? Some of these cards, guys, are very, very expensive. We're talking upwards of $20 to $50. I mean, this one I think is kind of an exception here. The Apprentice Illusion Magician. Again, this card's like over $100 because it's a jump card, very rare, and obviously it's a Yu-Gi-Oh waifu. But anyways, let me know, guys, what you guys are voting for down below in the comment section below. Right now, there's only 1,000, like, there's not even 1,500. I know that this video will get more than 1,500 views, so hopefully you guys can vote for what you guys want. I'm not going to tell you guys what to vote for, but I feel for you other players, you know, that are EU. So I as much as I honestly want Linkuriboh, I voted for Divine Serpent Gab because I think it's one of those like middle ground things, because most of the cards aren't going to be really used, and I don't want this card to come out in common. I mean, obviously when it gets its reprint later down the line. By the way, guys, most of these cards will be getting reprinted at some point, hopefully soon, especially Linkuriboh, because I feel like everyone is going to be voting for this card. But I want to say, for my viewers, I know I'm not supposed to influence your vote here because I want you guys to vote, you know, for what you guys want. But at the same time, think about those European players, all right? Think about those people that live in Latin America, all right? Think of the people that live in Africa, Egypt. Maybe they want to play with some of these cards and they're not going to have access to it because you guys vote for it. But I know us NA players are going to be like, nah, dude, we'll vote for Linkuriboh. I'm pretty sure it's gonna do that. But anyways, I'll find out what you guys actually voted for, and I'll let you guys know, because pretty much after I drop my video, I mean, there's 6 days left, so I mean, within a week we'll know exactly what will be the Shonen Jump card. I'm pretty sure this will be the results, though. You know, it'd be funny if they said, well, even though we took your poll, guys, we're going to completely change it, but I'm pretty sure Linkuriboh will win. But again, guys, just keep in mind, the players around the world, they do want to play this card. And I want to know your thoughts on the new Noble Knights. Like, Noble Knights is a thing in 2017? I don't know. With this one card, again, I just think Kaiju is just too strong. Anyways, I'm ranting long enough. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing the new Noble Knight card, as well as, you know, good luck in voting. I'll put that link down below. By the way, follow me on Twitter. And thanks for watching, guys. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button to be informed when the next card's coming out so you guys can get that vote. But thanks for watching. I'm signing out.